It's Playboy gone political, not to mention a great excuse every 4 years to lay your eyes on some of the finest filibusters you'll ever see.
I don't think there's any question about that.
And while the next president is chosen by a complicated electoral process, the women of Washington are voted in and vetoed by this man, David Chan.
And why not put a little bit of spice with beautiful women instead of all these men taking over the whole election time?
I don't agree with that.
Hello, Playboy. Well, we have clothed, which is $150, semi-nude, which is $350, and nude, which is $750.
Just like the candidates, campaigning for the women of Washington involves intensive lobbying and proper credentials.
You got a cute body. I think you'd be great.
The question is, who makes the decision? And I think it has to be the woman.
Turnout for the auditions was surprisingly high. Over 500 women registered for their constitutional right to bear all. Unfortunately, only 15 would ever make it into Playboy's history books.
It's bad. Everybody ought to be in this thing.
Thanks a lot.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Alrighty, thank you.
And while both politics and modeling pay well, and are power trips, they both come with their share of rejection. All candidates have their own reasons for running.
It'd be a neat experience.
I think he'll be a much better president for having gone through that experience.
I'm not married, and what's important is what's going to make me happy.
It's a combination of these things.
It's a huge compliment.
But in the end, it's David who decides who makes the cut. A fearsome task that cuts to the very root of our democratic system.
I think Playboy is noted for true beauty of what most American or most men like to see.
Thank God for the United States on that one.
While some politicians are accused of getting into bed with special interest groups, very few are criticized for getting into the bath with them. But that doesn't present a problem for Carolyn Connor, one of those elected to be a woman of Washington.
I just registered to vote, being 18, and I'll be voting in this election.
I don't believe that at all.
I like going for it, because if you don't do it, then who knows if you're going to get the opportunity again.
I want to help that dream come true for every single citizen in this land.
Carolyn's shot in the spread is scandalous for a first try at modeling, but she's not worried about it corrupting her. She just considers it her own personal mandate.
It's very exciting. It's very interesting. It's something that I can say that I did. It's not something that everyone would do.
Well, I certainly hope not, and it's all a question of what our priorities are.
Leslie Glass is another woman of Washington with a clear agenda: to become a centerfold.
I just think it's really neat and it's great exposure.
That's an understatement, and despite a winning smile and a firm handshake, don't look for Leslie to go into politics. She hasn't even figured out who she's going to vote for.
I haven't decided yet. I'm a little confused on that issue.
That answer was about as clear as Boston Harbor. Now, let me...
The question is values, the question is strength.
The question is who has a copy of Playboy. And if you want to lay your eyes on some of the finest Dukakises this side of Capitol Hill, you might want to get your own copy. Of course, that leaves only one question: who's going to run out and get it for you?
My fellow Americans, I am that man, and I ask for your support. Thank you very much.